Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of FCA Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Weekly digest for week 2 of February 2025. In a setback to the National Financial Reporting Authority or NFRA, the Delhi High Court quashed 11 show cause notices issued by the authority against the auditors of ILNFS and DHFL on technical grounds. The court ruled that NFRA did not act through properly constituted divisions as mandated under the Companies Act. This judgment has provided clarity that NFRA is the only authority in the country to handle audit-related issues of the listed entities in cases prior to and after 2018, a year when the NFRA was formed. The ruling has further clarified that the NFRA is empowered to take disciplinary action against both the audit firms and the individual auditors or members of the firms in cases of professional misconduct. India's $250 billion information and technology sector is expected to roll out modest salary appraisals in the range of 3 to 6% in the financial year 26, HR experts said. It comes at a time when firms are witnessing a spike in attrition, even as top players have reported higher turnover in Q3 financial year 25. Industry experts assert that this is not a sign of a demand-driven market shift. According to reports, the IT attrition rate for this year is expected to be around 12 to 13%. India's pharmaceutical industry exports are projected to reach $350 billion by 2047, an estimated 10 to 15 times increase from the current levels. The nation, already a global leader in generic drug supply, is expected to move up the value chain by focusing on specialty generics, biosimilars, and innovative pharmaceutical products, according to a new report by Bain & Company, in collaboration with Indian pharmaceutical bodies. While India currently ranks 11th in the pharmaceutical export value, India can secure a position among the top 5 nations by 2047. The country's pharma exports are expected to grow from approximately $27 billion in 2023 to $65 billion by 2030, before reaching the ambitious $350 billion target by India's 100th year of independence. JSW Group will invest Rs 1.5 lakh crore in the Vidarbha region, the group's chairman and managing director Sajjan Jindal said. A chunk of the investment will go to setting up a new steel plant in the region. It will not only be the world's largest steel plant, but also the most environmental friendly steel plant. The investment will be deployed in phases, with the first phase spanning 4 years. The central government is targeting $10 billion in technical textile exports under its National Technical Textiles Mission by 2025-26. Launched in 2020-21, the mission aims to make India a global leader in technical textiles with a financial outlay of Rs 1,480 crore across research, promotion, export, and skill development. India is considering increasing energy imports from the US as Prime Minister Modi prepares to meet President Trump. Challenges include competitive pricing and higher shipping costs due to distance. Long-term US LNG deals are scarce and linked to the Henry Hub benchmark, which Indian buyers find volatile. Despite these hurdles, strategic discussions are ongoing. A group of investors led by Elon Musk is offering about $97.4 billion to buy OpenAI, escalating a legal dispute with the artificial intelligence company that Musk helped found. Musk and his own AI startup XAI and a consortium of investment firms want to take control of the ChatGPT maker and revert it to its original charitable mission as a non-profit research lab. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman quickly rejected the deal on Musk's social platform X, saying, "No thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." Ahmedabad-based Torrent Group is in the final stages of buying out two-thirds of Indian Premier League franchise Gujarat Titans, which is owned by European PE major CVC Capital Partners. The deal is expected to value the franchise at around Rs 7,500 crore. Both parties are in the process of reaching out to the Board of Control for Cricket in India for its approval for the deal. Jubilant Bhartiya Group is planning to raise up to Rs 5,500 crore through bonds to finance its acquisition of 40% stake in Coca-Cola's Indian bottling business. The stake acquisition in Hindustan Coca-Cola Limited is estimated to involve an outgo of Rs 12,550 crore. The plan is to finance it through mixed debt, convertible instruments, and equity from the group. Reliance Consumer Products Limited, or RCPL, has entered the sports hydration drink segment with Spinner. Reliance has disrupted the beverages market with aggressive pricing of Campa Cola, which it relaunched in 2023. In a statement, RCPL said that Spinner will lead the movement in creating a sports beverage category of up to $1 billion in the next 3 years. The Central Board of Direct Taxes has issued the Income Tax Third Amendment Rules 2025, introducing crucial updates to Rule 2F of the Income Tax Rules 1962. These amendments primarily impact infrastructure debt funds, outlining revised eligibility criteria, investment norms, and compliance requirements. Adani Group will invest Rs 6,000 crore to establish 2,000-bed multi-specialty hospitals and medical colleges in Mumbai and Ahmedabad in collaboration with Mayo Clinic. These integrated health campuses will offer affordable, world-class medical care and education, benefiting people from all socio-economic backgrounds. India is the fastest growing online market for beauty products, with beauty e-commerce sales rising 39% from June to November 2024 compared to a year earlier, outpacing physical store growth at 3%. Youthful consumers eager to spend, coupled with social influencers, have driven this trend, with major brands and quick commerce platforms playing key roles. Facebook parent firm Meta has announced layoffs based on performance of its employees. Mark Zuckerberg's company is starting to fire around 4,000 employees as part of its strategic shift towards AI and efficiency. Mark Zuckerberg is targeting low performers, part of a broader industry move towards leaner operations. Soft drinks major Coca-Cola company on Tuesday said its mango juice offering Maaza has become a billion-dollar brand as the sales of its drinks rebounded in India in the October to December quarter. The company's other billion-dollar brands include Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Minute Maid. Overall, the company reported a 6% growth in its revenue to $11.5 billion during the quarter, with unit case volumes rising 2%. For the full year, the unit case volumes rose 1%, led by India, Brazil, and Mexico. The company has also re-franchised its bottling operations in certain territories in India. Even as the debate on the use of DeepSeek's artificial intelligence model continues, Ola founder Bhavish Agarwal on Tuesday said, "One can make use of the open source model of the company." Krutrim, the AI platform developed by Ola to cater to the needs of Indian consumer, has deployed Chinese company DeepSeek's latest foundation model R1671B on NVIDIA's H100's graphic processing units in India. Apple Inc.'s iPhones assembled in India achieved market revenues of Rs 162,000 crore for the ninth month period of 2024-25, nearly matching the revenue of Tata Steel, the country's largest listed manufacturing firm. Market revenue is the amount a firm earns from selling its products in domestic and export markets. Tata Steel's revenue for the same period was Rs 162,324 crore. A ministerial panel is considering a 5% GST with input tax credit on term insurance plans. The panel, headed by Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary, has asked the Fitment Committee to assess the tax impact and involves IRDAI for industry feedback, which has concerns over price impacts without input tax credit benefits. The new income tax bill is likely to be tabled in Parliament on Thursday, that is February 13, 2025. The new income tax bill aims to simplify the current Income Tax Act 1961 to help the common man understand the income tax laws and reduce litigation. The current Income Tax Act 1961 has seen changes from 66 budgets, including 2 interim budgets, since its existence. SEBI has proposed to extend automated implementation of trading window closure to immediate relatives of designated persons on account of declaration of financial results. The objective is to prevent non-compliance with insider trading norms. Immediate relative means a spouse of a person and includes parent, sibling, and child of a person or the spouse, any of whom is either dependent financially on such person or consults such person in taking decisions with respect to trading in securities. India's central bank on Wednesday surprised markets by announcing another liquidity infusion this week, as it aims to inject funds in the banking system for the longer term. The Reserve Bank of India will conduct a 49-day variable rate repo of Rs 75,000 crore on Friday. The RBI had doubled the quantum of government bonds it aims to buy in an open market operation to Rs 40,000 crore. On Wednesday, the central bank also announced an overnight repo auction worth Rs 2.75 trillion rupees, which is the highest quantum for such operations since it started conducting these a month ago. Ten months after the Reserve Bank of India imposed restrictions on Kotak Mahindra Bank on onboarding new customers via its online and mobile banking channels, as well as the issuance of fresh credit cards, the central bank said on Wednesday that it has lifted all such restrictions as it was satisfied with submissions and the remedial measures undertaken by the bank. In April last year, the RBI placed restrictions on the bank as it failed to plug gaps in its information technology systems, which resulted in frequent outages in the bank's core banking system and online channels in the preceding 2 years, inconveniencing customers. SEBI has released a consultation paper on proposals to strengthen secretarial compliance report of a listed entity, specifically the eligibility criteria for appointment of a statutory auditor, and clarify the applicability of related party provisions. SEBI has proposed revising the format of the annual secretarial compliance report to obtain explicit confirmation from PCS on compliance with specific provisions of securities laws. Comments may be submitted by February 28, 2025. The government has given 1-year breather to small and medium-sized pharma units with annual turnover of less than Rs 250 crore to comply with the revised Schedule M standards, which seek to set quality standards and good manufacturing practice. The Union Health Ministry has now set December 31, 2025 as the deadline for around 8,000 pharmaceutical units which fall under MSME category to adopt the new standards. India is a major exporter of medicines to low and middle income countries which require WHO GMP certification. Currently, there are around 2,000 units in the MSME category in the country having this certification. The rest need to ramp up their efforts. Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone aims to triple its international operations by 2029-30 with significant investment in Israel, Tanzania and Sri Lanka. The company is enhancing capacity at key domestic ports, targeting new acquisitions and expecting significant growth in international revenue and cargo handling efficiency. India's Shapurji Pallonji Group is in advanced talks with global private credit funds like Cerberus and Vande to raise $3.3 billion in a significant local currency private debt deal. Deutsche Bank will arrange the deal, with the funds primarily used to refinance existing debt. The process includes leveraging real estate properties as collateral. Tata.ev, India's leading electric vehicle manufacturer, has announced an ambitious plan to more than double the country's EV charge points to 400,000 by 2027 in a bid to expand the nation's EV charging infrastructure. At the moment, India has 18,000 public chargers and more than 150,000 private or home office chargers, as well as a few thousand community chargers and chargers at auto dealerships. The GST network has introduced new measures for GST registration, reinforcing compliance with Rule 8 of the CGST Rules 2017. These changes primarily affect applicants opting for Aadhaar authentication and biometric verification, ensuring stricter scrutiny to prevent fraudulent registrations. Telangana Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy on Thursday inaugurated a new campus of Microsoft as the company celebrates its journey of 25 years in Hyderabad. The state-of-the-art 1.1 million square feet LEED certified building at Gachipoli, the city's IT hub, would house 2,500 additional employees. Microsoft employs over 20,000 professionals in India, over half of which work in Hyderabad. With the launch of the new building, Microsoft plans to hire another 4,800 employees, an official release said. Japanese automakers Honda, Nissan and Mitsubishi said they are ending talks on business integration. Nissan chief executive Makoto Ochida said the talks had changed focus from setting up a joint holding company to make Nissan into a subsidiary of Honda. The intent was to join forces to win in the global competition, but this was not going to realize Nissan's potential. So I could not accept it, he told reporters. He said Nissan was going to aim for a turnaround without Honda instead. In a move that could make it easier to scrutinize cryptocurrency and other virtual digital assets, the new income tax bill, introduced in the Lok Sabha on Thursday, empowers tax authorities to demand codes for access to electronic systems during surveys and searches. Section 247 of the bill broadens search and seizure powers of income tax authorities, covering access not only to physical and local assets but also digital records and virtual spaces. OpenAI's board of directors has formally rejected an offer from a group of investors led by Elon Musk to buy the non-profit that controls the artificial intelligence company for rupees $97.4 billion. OpenAI is not for sale, and the board has unanimously rejected Mr. Musk's latest attempt to disrupt his competition. Brett Taylor, OpenAI's chairman, said in a statement Friday on behalf of the board. Maxivision, the South India's eye care hospital chain, led by industry veteran GSK Velu, is now eyeing expansion in Western India and has earmarked Rs 500 crore investment fund for Maharashtra. The firm is also setting its sights on the stock market debut, with plans to go public within the next 2 years. The company has announced partnership with Ojas Group of Eye Hospitals to strengthen its presence in Mumbai, where it plans to establish 5 new hospitals next year. The Income Tax Department of India has introduced a new utility tool designed to assist taxpayers in navigating the transition from the existing Income Tax Act 1961 to the proposed Income Tax Bill 2025. This tool allows users to compare specific sections of the current Act with the corresponding clauses in the new bill, facilitating a clearer understanding of the changes and continuities in the tax legislation. The government's proposal to allow foreign law firms in India is expected to intensify competition. But the question remains whether international and domestic interests can be balanced, lawyers said. On Thursday, the government introduced the draft of the Advocates Amendment Bill 2025, which includes provisions to allow foreign law firms in India, empowering the central government to frame rules and shift the approval. Meta has announced a multi-billion-dollar investment in an undersea cable project to enhance connectivity in the Indian Ocean region. The project, which will span over 50,000 kilometers and connect 5 continents, coincides with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's US visit and aims to support India's growing demand for digital services.
This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.